Hey guys, welcome to my channel or back to my channel. Today's video is going to be kind of just like a chat with me. I want to rotate Levi's clothes because he has outgrown a lot. So we're going to get some bigger sizes in and get the smaller sizes out. And I thought while I do that, I'll do a little just like chat with me. I feel like I haven't really like sat down and talked to you guys in a while. So in this top drawer is always newborn. He doesn't fit in a single one anymore. So we're going to take all these out. I'm just gonna kind of throw these on the floor. I'm trusting that the floor is still clean from when I shampooed it like 3 times before he arrived. And then I'll put it in a bin into storage a little bit later, because we'll just save everything for our next kids. So I guess I have a couple topics I'll talk about. I was thinking I would discuss how I'm getting surgery in a week, how things are going as a mom, because I haven't really updated you guys on that since like my Q&A a month or so ago. I thought I'd share how much our hospital bill was from having him. I don't know, whatever else I randomly decided to talk about. So the middle 2 drawers right now are 0 to 3 and the bottom 2 are 3 to 6. So I think I'm just gonna move some of the 0 to 3 up to where the newborn was, because some of this does still fit. He's like 11 weeks and 2 days. Honestly, time goes by so fast. I honestly like blank half the time. However many weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, my friend was yeah, I don't really fold these. Shoot, I cannot keep my train of thought. My friend was like, oh, happy 2 months, Levi. And I was like, I'm supposed to be taking his 2-month pictures. My bad, I forgot. Because I was thinking it was Thursday for some reason. No, yeah. I was thinking it was Thursday because that's when we had his 2-month appointment. But his 2 months was actually Wednesday. So I was like, shoot, I gotta take these pictures. Technically, I wouldn't really care if I did it Thursday, but I ended up doing it Wednesday anyway. So let's talk about how I'm getting surgery. So if you guys don't know, I got a pineal cyst when I was 38 weeks pregnant. Oh, I don't know if I said Levi's playing in the crib, so that's what that noise is. I got a pineal cyst at 38 weeks pregnant. It was the worst pain ever. I couldn't sit, I couldn't walk. No matter what I did, it was constant pain. I tried putting heat on it, tried putting ice on it, tried taking baths, tried taking ibuprofen, Tylenol, nothing helped. And by like the second or third day, I was literally up all night crying. And I was like, I'm going to the walk-in care clinic as soon as it opens in the morning. I stayed up all night, and as soon as it opened, I went. They were like, we don't really want to do anything because you're super pregnant. And I was like, I literally started tearing up there. I was like, you're kidding me? Like, am I gonna have to go through labor with this? They're like, I guess you could try the ER. So I was like, can you guys maybe call the ER? Because I don't want to go over there. And they like talk to me, maybe look at it and like get a bill for something. And they're not even able to do anything. You guys should comment down below if you fold your baby's clothes or not. I just find it a waste of time because when you go through, it's like, I don't know, when I'm looking for stuff, I make a mess, and I don't know, it's just not worth it. Now I think I'm gonna move one of the 3 to 6 up and then put new size in this one. Also, baby clothes size is weird because some of these that are like 6 months, I swear won't even fit him. But also he's a big baby. But some of like his newborn fit him for a long time, some of them. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, I got the cyst drained in the ER that day. And then since then, it still gives me problems. It's not nearly as bad as the pain was, but was before. Yeah, look how cute this one is. But it's still bad. Like it's quite uncomfortable, itchy. It just feels weird. Like, I don't know. It has definitely not been fun to deal with while postpartum. Okay. I like that these drawers you can't open more than one because like when he gets a little bit older, if he decides to pull them open, it's not like they'll all come and then tumble, which is scary. But it's annoying when I just want to open another one while keeping one open. Anyways, so I messaged the surgeon and he's like, hey, come in. So I went in. He was like, can I take a look at it? Which, by the way, I'm the type of person where like I don't really like feel comfortable. Like I was scared for like all the checks during pregnancy and then during birth where everyone was just like down there, looking down there, touching down there. So then I had to have that cyst drain and everyone's looking right in my butt because it's in the tailbone area. So I'm like, wow, this is just lovely. So anyway, I went in and he's like, can I take a look? And at this point, I'm like, whatever. Everyone's seen down there, I swear. So who cares at this point? He looks and there ends up being like some more stuff in it. That sounds gross. So he like took these little tweezer looking things, pulled some stuff out, showed me there was like hair in it because he didn't stitch it up when he drained it. He was like, well, just let it heal. So it's like an open wound still. So some hair got into it, which I think was part of the reason it was so like uncomfortable. So it's got a little bit better sense. But we had scheduled that appointment anyway. It's on the 8th of October. I'm gonna be put under anesthesia. So I'm gonna be out for it, which is kind of the scariest part. And then it takes a while to heal. And then we have to constantly package. I keep saying package, I think you say pack. We have to keep packing it back there with gauze and stuff because it just is gonna continue to drain and bleed because he's not gonna stitch up this time either. And then I go back to work 2 days after. Kind of regret not taking off. We'll see how that goes. I'm also worried because my work pants are kind of like on the tighter side. Half the time I just wear leggings. And my pants are just as tight as leggings, I swear. So I feel like people are gonna see like my packing stuff back there, and that's gonna be embarrassing. But whatever. Yeah, I go back to work this week on the 3rd, Friday the 3rd. I'm gonna be working Fridays and Saturdays, and I have to leave for work around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I'll get home around 10:30. And my husband works every other weekend, so one weekend he'll be around, and then the opposite weekend my mother-in-law is gonna come, which will be nice because I don't want strangers watching him. I don't want to have to pay anyone, so it's nice. Definitely not looking forward going back to work. I know some people like to get out of the house because I feel like postpartum you just feel like you don't have a social life. Honestly, no part of me is excited. I love staying home with him. It's less time I'll see my husband because on his days off, I'll be here, or I'll be at work. Y'all, my brain postpartum, I feel like I had a terrible memory and stumbled my sentences a lot before. I don't know if it's in my head, but I feel like postpartum, it's even worse. I guess I'm kind of folding these now. Maybe I'll go back and fold the other ones. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's easier to see, and then other times it's just kind of annoying. So, what else? Yeah, going back to work this weekend. It'll be nice to see my coworkers and stuff. I work at a fine dining restaurant, and honestly, serving isn't the worst job ever. I feel kind of grateful that I'm at a nice place. Since it's fine dining, the bills are expensive, tips are usually good. We have gratuity, which means on bigger parties we get an automatic tip, because I worked places that didn't do that, and sometimes you're just out of luck. Big parties will come in and not tip you. And living here in Wisconsin, we get paid $2.33 an hour, so that all goes to taxes. So if I don't get tips, I get nothing. But this is also the first place I worked at that pools our tips, so all the money my coworkers and I make goes into this pool and we divide it. But there's A, B, C, D servers. D is the newer ones. A is people who've been there for a while. They're like the best. I'm a B right now. I'd probably be an A if I didn't take just 5 months off, 4 months off or whatever, because I had been a B for quite a bit. But now I feel like I'm not going to remember anything, so it's really going to take a while. So whatever. A's get more money than D's do. It's not like a huge difference, but it's just so people who come don't get quite as much as people who have been there forever and obviously know more and probably are like quicker with things. So that's interesting. I don't love that tips are pooled. It is nice because there's like some important people that come there that spend a lot of money and will tip like $500 like on a table of 2. And it's like, what if you heard your coworker got the table and then you didn't, and then they got so much more money? But then on the days where if you made the 500, you're like, wow, now I have to share this. So obviously I don't want to serve forever. Honestly, if my content creation could just like blow up and skyrocket and I could make enough money on here, I would literally probably cry. Like if I ever woke up in the morning and I blew up overnight, which I know happens to some people, I would literally start crying. But yeah, it's fine. So yeah, I'm trying to think about what else is new. He had his 2-month appointment. He got his first shots, which was horrible. My husband had training. They kind of scheduled it for us when we were at the hospital during labor, and they're like, okay, we're gonna do this day. We had no idea like about anything, and then it was a training day he couldn't take off. And I didn't really want to worry about rescheduling or worry about getting him in. So I was like, I'll just do it myself. And Literally, he was on like a little table and I was looking at him and I was like, hi, Levi. And he's been smiling a lot and he was smiling right at me. I hope you can hear me fine with him. But he was smiling so big at me. And then they did the shot and immediately his face changed. He screamed. It hurts. I was so sad. I started tearing up right away, like literally immediately when I saw that change in his face. And it's like a cry I hadn't heard before. Oh, it was horrible. I think he's in the 87th percentile for length and 83rd percentile for weight, unless that's reverse. I don't know. His head size though was like 42% in the 42nd percentile. So I was like, I guess he doesn't have a big head. Otherwise, he's looking great. I know like they always check like, is he rotating enough? None of his sides of his heads are getting None of the sides of his head are getting flat or anything because he's on them more than the other. But nope, all good. One thing I realized I didn't mention in my Q&A that I wanted to, my postpartum Q&A, is I was going to mention how Levi's name, Leviticus, that was not his name. He just threw like a toy off his thing. Leviticus was actually not his name for like half the pregnancy. It was Maverick. We chose the name Maverick like 2 years before we had a baby, and we're like, oh, my foot looks funny. We were like, when we have a son, we're gonna name him Maverick. We just love that name, the nickname Mav. And so throughout the beginning, when we didn't know if it was a boy or a girl, we're like, okay, this is the girl name, which I won't share because I might use it. But then the boy name, we're like, okay, Maverick. We find out it's a boy, and we're like, maybe it's not Maverick. And we looked back at our list, and I kind of think we knew pretty quickly when we saw Leviticus again. We're like, it's Leviticus, like it's Levi. And now, like, seeing him, he's not Maverick. I don't even know how to explain it, but no, he's Levi. Also, my coworker for my new job at the fine dining restaurant, she has a son named Maverick, and I feel like we've gotten kind of close, and it'd be weird to, that wasn't a deciding factor. If we still wanted Maverick, I'd be fine that her son was also Maverick because we had picked it out so long ago. My husband thinks we might still name our next boy Maverick, but it's a no for me. I don't know, it's kind of sad because that's just, like for years we're like, okay, Maverick, we're gonna have a Maverick, and we never did, or never will, I don't think. Who knows, maybe baby number 2, if it's a boy, maybe it'll be Maverick. I guess we'll see. Oh, I was gonna share how much our birth cost because I always think that's interesting to share. I made like a short form video of it, but if you didn't see that, I'll just read off the couple bills we got. We had one that was, so before insurance, $956, $3,350, $13,689, $6,157. So before insurance, it was $24,152. And then after insurance, it was $1,264. Thank goodness my husband has good insurance. It was kind of crazy reading the comments on the short form video because some people were like, he's learning how to talk, I love it. Some people were saying how theirs was like 3 times that much. Someone's was $500,000. Multiple people said theirs was 0, which I thought we had good insurance. So I'm curious what they have for insurance because I know police officers usually have really good insurance. And thankfully my husband has good insurance because I have nothing. Well, I have it through him, but I have nothing through my work. Sometimes I have clothes and I'm like, is this meant for a girl? I shouldn't really hang this up. It's kind of thick to put in the drawer. This drawer is stuffed and it's not organized at all. That's a project for another day. What else is going on? My husband finishes his master degree like next week, which is crazy. So it'll be nice that he has a little more time to spend with us and stuff on his days off. Although he's considering getting another master's degree. So we'll see about that. Maybe not. He's just getting it in hopes that it will help benefit him in getting promoted. He wants to be a sergeant within the next couple of years and then eventually chief of police. So let's look back at some of his newborn. You see him so tiny now. Oh, I already miss it. Like, I don't know, it's hard because I miss him being super small. And I feel like we were blessed. He's already sleeping through the night, and he has been since he was like 3 weeks old. And he loves car rides, he loves baths. Like, the only time he really gets fussy is if you don't immediately feed him when he's hungry, which sometimes he's fine, but when he gets hungry, he's like, okay, now. Mostly just when he's hungry, or if he has a poopy diaper, he'll cry for you. So I feel like we got really lucky. I actually don't think this ever fit him. This looks so small. He was 9 pounds, 13 ounces. I'm curious, if I start going live, I don't know. Does YouTube even do live? Probably on Instagram or TikTok. Like, if I went live, would anyone watch? I've only gone a couple times on TikTok. This looks so tiny. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you'd watch me on live. Be sure to follow me on my other platforms too, because I probably go live on one of those. Anyways, I think that's gonna do it for this video. I just thought it'd be fun to sit down and do a little chat with me, update you guys on some stuff. I know I talked about some of this in like some short form videos, but I know I post quite a few short form videos, so I feel like sometimes people don't get to see it or they miss it. But thanks for watching. Wish me luck on my surgery and going back to work. Both are happening within like the next week and a half, and pretty much just a week. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.